Hey guys, my name is Igor and I work with musical theater and I use the X32 for mixing. And I want to share a tip that I discovered recently about the Cuelist, which is a tool that the X32 has that can help a lot in the musical theater world. Because we have the DCAs, which are like subgroups that we can use on the X32, right? So I can control the volume of these 3 channels just by this one fader. And it's a really great resource, but sometimes you need to handle a lot of mics. Like in my case, I have 10 microphones and I only have 8 DCAs. So sometimes when I'm mixing, I have trouble to find which channel I should unmute, open, and raise the volume. Anyways, do the whole thing. So I discovered a resource that the X32 has, that is the Cuelist. And what I can do with that is simply just load only the channels that I need when I need. I can create a bunch of things which will configure the DCAs so that I can only mix. I can mix only using the DCAs. If I did it all right with my script, all of my DCAs will work just fine, and I'll just have to press one button and all the DCAs that I need will be here, and all the channels are going to be muted and unmuted, and by that way I can focus much more on the show than focus on opening up a lot of mics and having to figure out where is that channel that I need to open, right? So I'll share with you guys this tip because I haven't found a video that talks about the whole process of making it. There's a bunch of videos about the Cuelist, there's a bunch of videos about people using like Theater Mix, which is a software that does that, but the resource is already on the mixing console, so it's a very handy thing to have, and I'll share with you guys how to make it work. Right, first things first, I'm gonna show you a bit of my scene here. I have 14 channels of band input, so like drums, bass, guitar, keyboard, sax, click, and tracks. I have 2 channels that I'm not using currently, and I have 10 channels of microphones for the actors, and 3 channels of a choir that's happening on the stage too. And I have a pair of room mics for capturing some of the dance sounds. And the Cuelist, it's a resource that you can access by this button. It's the first things that is gonna pop up on your screen. And here you have all the cues that you program. And you can program this with scenes and snippets. The difference is the scene will load all the parameters that you put on the desk and the mixer, and will change everything, every parameter. And the snippet will save only a few parameters that you choose. Like if you want to choose an EQ on the channel 17, you can EQ only this channel and then load the snippet for that channel, and it will only change the channel 17 EQ, right? And the Cuelist is simply a list where you program, I want this snippet on this scene and this snippet on that scene, or I want to load a different scene for that snippet. So keep the show running in order. So here you have snippets. It's a section on your desk. And for this purpose, I will program a snippet for us to see how this works. But I'm gonna use the computer because it's a bit easier to work with the software in order to write and to see clearly what we're doing. So here you have, you're gonna click on this button, which is cues, and it's gonna pop up this screen. This screen will show the cues and scenes and snippets and mixer safe that is from the computer, so that you can load. You can program things in the computer and then load it on your X32. Or here you have the things that are already in the mixer. So like mixer cues, which is the thing that we've been talking about the whole show. So like the whole video. So you can load a cue here, And here you have your scenes. So I have all the scenes that I've made it. And here I have snippets, which for every scene I made one with the parameters that I need. So we're gonna build a different one. Here I'm gonna write test. I'm gonna save it. And the thing is, you can just adjust some parameters that you want, like I want to have a different name on the DCA and different routing. But I prefer to, and you can save only those things, but I prefer to save all of the channels information so that I can go in order, in the right order. If you only save the parameters, it will keep open the things that you didn't mute on the last time. So here I'll save all the mutes and all the unmutes and all the different DCAs configurations that we need to see, and the show keeps running. I don't need to stop and like mute the kick drum. It's already muted in the scene that it doesn't need to be there. It doesn't need to be there. So I'll select all the channels. I'm not selecting the auxes or the effects, neither the buses or the matrices, but I'm selecting all the channels and all the DCAs, as you can see. And here are the parameters that I'm saving in each channel. So source and scribble. These are, these little guys, which is their names, the icons, and the color of the channel. And I'm saving the groups because it's saving the configurations so that I can of the DCAs now, what is going on into each DCA, and I'm saving the mute because, as I said earlier, I'm already saving all the mutes that I need to do. So you save these parameters and you save a snippet, and here you're gonna make the adjustments that you want. Like I want to have the drums on this DCA with this color, then I'm gonna select it, the things that I'm sending to that channel, which is channel 8. And here I want to have the rest of the band and the color, this color. So I'll send these channels right there. Perfect. Now I want to make a DCA for my choir. Sorry, my choir. The first one right here. And I want to have like 2 actors in scene. Pinho, it's one of them, which is channel 17. And I want to have Carvalho, which is channel 18. I'll put it right there. Nice. Now I'm gonna save this scene again, select it, save it, and it's gonna overwrite it. Now it's saved as a snippet. The thing that I have to do right now, if I want to load it, I can. Let's make a better example. Mute all. Look at my DCAs. It's completely dark and all of them are muted. Now I'm gonna run test. Look, I made it all the DCAs work, but I forgot to unmute the channel. So I'm gonna do that right now. Unmute it all. My choir and my 2 characters. Right, and I'm gonna save it again. Save it. All right. That's very important. Now let's do the test one more time. Load, mute all. Load test. Nice. Now, as you can see, select choir, and it's all unmuted. And there, Pinho, Carvalho, the band, and the drums. All unmuted and opened. And the DCAs are with the proper names and colors that we need. And how do we make this into the mixer cues? We have here a long list of all. And then you come here and click on add. 36 test. Give it a name, and here you select the snippet if you want the snippet. Right, it's right here. And if you want a scene, you can choose from right here. I don't recommend that because when you load a scene, it takes a little bit of time, so it will cut the sound for like milliseconds. But anyways, it's a bit a bit too much, only if you need it. Now look right here. We have our cue list. Let me load this one. And when I press go, my list is right here. Previews, all muted, go, all open, and different DCAs. For this to work properly, you have to go to setup, and to go to configurations, and you have to select this guy right here, go next, because if you don't, you always have to press next, then press go, so that the list keeps going forward. And you have to select this little guy here, unselected, because if it's selected, every time you load a queue, it will ask if you really want to do that. So it will ask you to confirm when to loading. And so that's the thing. I have my show right here, and I can show you guys a little bit. All my DCAs are tested, and the muting is happening, unmuting, and my names are proper, the colors, and anyways, all the things. If you have if you want to save some parameters, you can also do that. I just don't do, because I prefer to control all my EQs and compression gates live. But the DCAs is really important because it's part of the show. I took the script and I did it all the scenes according to the script. And one more thing that you can do, if you go to view on scenes, you'll see that there's a MIDI page right here. And the MIDI on the X32, I'm still learning how to use it, but by the things that I've looked at on this mixer, you can probably use an DAW, a DAW, sorry. You can choose a DAW like Ableton or Reaper, and you can send MIDI programming. Here you choose your cue list, you have your cue list, and here you choose if you want program change, control change, or note. I imagine that note is when you use the piano roll, and then you use an audio interface and a 5-pin MIDI cable like this one, and then it will happen. It will change your cue list according to the things that you program on your DAW. I imagine that works like that. I'm not sure. I haven't tested yet, but I'm really excited to test. And if I test it, I'll probably post a video so that you guys know how to use it. Right? I hope that's helpful, and see you guys.